Alin Bulanadi. At center from Tuguegarao, Cagayan, number 37, Dami Kuntabay. From Imos, Cavite, at forward, number 1, Sydney Onwabere. And also at forward from Pampanga, number 24, Joshua Munzon. Head coach for the Batang Pier is Bonnie Tan. And now, here are the starters for the TNT Tropang 5G. From Naga City, Cebu, at guard, number 1, Simon Enciso. Also at guard from Dumaguete, number 8, Calvin Oftana. From Cebu, at center, number 21, Kelly Williams. And forward from Cagayan de Oro City, number 12, Glenn Cobontin. And from Talisay, Cebu, at forward, number 16, R.R. Pogoy. Head coach for TNT is Sean Reyes. Game officials are Peter Balao, Jeff Tantay, Irwin Traballo.
Divergent paths collide. NorthPort taking on TNT, Halalon, Bulanadi, Contapay, Onwabere, Monzon, the starters for NorthPort. Over on the other side, Enciso, Oftana, Williams, Cobontin, and R.R. Pogoy. And the referees for this game, we have Balao, Tantay, Traballo, and Ostero. First possession of the ball game, with nobody yet with a scratch. Pogoy, double team comes off the glass, and it finally trickles in there for TNT.
R.R. Pogoy has got really a lot of weapons offensively, and the post move is also one of his main strengths.
Contapay can't convert. And here comes TNT on the break. Enciso. Over to Oftana. Back to Simon. Simon against Gio. Simon using his quickness. Misfires on that layup, and here comes Monzon on the break. Monzon still with it. Decides to pull it back out. Monzon with a crossover to the reverse, and he finally gets it to fall for NorthPort.
Well, recognizing that it was Kelly Williams on him, he decided to take it strong to the basket, use his quickness, and was able to score off that reverse layup.
Cobontin now with RR. Pogoy, they go to Simon. 3 ball from the corner, rattles it home.
Nice pistol action there for TNT.
He knows there is so much more he has to improve in his own game. As team captain, Joshua has been urging his teammates that this shouldn't be one man's team. Now that they are...
Bulanadi, back to Halalon. They're going to go down to Contapay against Enciso. And it's the second time Simon's been on him.
Really
this time he made sure of it.
Yes, really good play. Wanting a better execution of the fast break, so not to waste opportunities to score.
Sidney Onwabere not wasting that opportunity to score from down low there off the miss.
Well, that's one thing TNT needs to watch out for. NorthPort had 23 offensive rebounds against Magnolia.
Simon Enciso drills that long bomb right there, giving TNT an 8-6 advantage early on.
Very dangerous from downtown, Simon Enciso is, and he is not afraid to take the big shots.
Williams with the board. Here's RR. Pogoy sends it over to Simon. And almost a steal. Yes, it is going to be a steal there. Here comes Halalon. There's a foot race between him and Enciso. Halalon to the reverse. Halalon able to score off of that turnover. He ties the game at 8-all, 6:18 left to go here in Q1. Enciso, 3 ball on the way is short. A high-paced action at the moment here, Coach Jude.
Well, as expected, both teams really like the up-tempo game. And here we can see this big offensive rebound, but also a big block coming from Joshua Monzon.
Pogoy, baseline jumper is no good. Battle for the rebound, won by Cade. Quacate. Over to Halalon. Fires from distance. Chiho rattles it home.
Yeah, he can make that shot. And this is what I've been saying about Gio. I think he needs to take charge more. Really look to lead his team in scoring because he's capable of doing that.
He's done it throughout his career as Pogoy misses that long bomb. Cade with the board. Placote on the break. Sent back to Halalon. 3 ball on the way. That time it's short. Pogoy going the other way. Decides to wait for his teammates. Simon over to BGR, making his move to the corner. Pogoy corner 3 ball is short, and boy, Aram will put it in the putback.
Quick 2 points by Boy Aram off an offensive rebound.
Monzon.
Nice
2-man action there as Flores scores down low.
Yes, and Ciso quite late on that defensive rotation. So good play for NorthPort.
NorthPort ahead, currently 13-11. And Ciso over to Aurin. Aurin can't get it down to Poy. They swing it over to BGR. 4 to shoot here for TNT. Pogoy, nice play there, can't finish. BGR can't convert. Maybe the timing's still a little bit off, but Aram's there to the rescue.
The NCAA championship for Letran.
That's right.
So some familiarity there.
Ruela swings it over to Oftana. 3 ball, money.
First Calvin Oftana, very dangerous. With the 3 ball, you gotta really spot him and challenge those shots.
Quacate against Calvin. Quacate step back, long 2 on the way, puts it in.
Oh.
But look at the strength of Ruela, but maybe that putback attempt was a little bit too strong.
And a bit surprised probably that he got the offensive rebound.
Well, I'm not surprised, but Fran Yu walks into the 3 ball and drills it.
Well, that's his favorite.
Yeah.
No? In transition, he can really hit that 3 ball.
Ruela. Here's Aurin. Back to Vosotros. Oftana corner 3, a little bit too strong, and Aram is there to turn the negative into positive. At one point or another, those 3 have represented the Philippines in international competition.
Yes, they have.
And look at this, another forced turnover here for TNT. Balanza will attack. Balanza to the scoop. Gets it to fall. Right. And then that frees him up to this for the scoop. Here comes Ruela on the break. Pogoy wide open. Alvin Vosotros corner 3 ball, drills it. Over to the other side. There's Pogoy. Pogoy back to Vosotros. Lets it fly. Long bomb, drills it. That's his second 3 ball of the ball game.
And they're really finding Almon Vosotros really well. They know he can shoot. They know that against the zone defense, Vosotros is deadly with the 3 ball, and they're looking at him.
And Vosotros also a great point guard. Finds Pogoy there for the easy basket in transition. There. And then on the break, Almon will find Pogoy. So you got me, I got you. Balanza. Over to Sydney. Wabera shakes free of one defender, but not the second one. Vosotros. Lets it fly. Another 3 for Almon. That's his 3rd one here in the first half. And he's letting people know, I have been deactivated for so long.
Unfortunately, he was unable to execute on that hook shot.
Cobuntin. Over to Pogoy. RR
Nice
shakes
fake.
free of the defense, uses the glass to perfection.
I like that despite the size disadvantage, as we take a look at this great shot fake coming from RR Pogoy, I like that NorthPort is still
On Wabere, puts it on the floor. Attacks the defense once again. Off the glass, what a tough shot coming from Sydney on Wabere.
a tough shot indeed. That was already tough defense from Kelly Williams, but Sydney just proved to be a lot tougher, no, even against the veteran.
Cobuntin. Skip pass over to Kelly. 3 ball from the corner, drills it.
Well, that's really a big shot. I mean, of all the 5 players on the floor for TNT, Kelly would have been the least shooter, even if we know he can hit that shot. But he made that corner 3 ball. Great play, great movement for NorthPort that time.
Kate Flores scoring down low. Nice find there, coming from Sydney. Here's Pugoy. Simon against Nelly. Simon will attack. Simon over to RR. Pugoy fading to the left and drilling another jumper there. Roger Pugoy.
Went for the higher percentage shots, used 2 dribbles to get closer to the basket and had that medium range shot.
Meanwhile, Joshua Monzon attacks the basket on the other end with the scoop. Here's Monzon. Joshua Monzon. That's going to be a 3-ball from Bolanani. We know that this man can shoot. He's got a great stroke. He hasn't played in a year. Joshua Monzon, I mean, this man does not need any minute restrictions because he can keep on going and going and going. Let's take a look at this move by Joshua. I mean, in and out, tough shots against 2 white shirts at that. Another player who also made a name for himself in the PBA 3x3. Oftana. Oh, that's going to be an easy basket there for Calvin. So it's still TNT ball. Era. Simon, wide open all day to shoot that one. And Simon and Cizo definitely one of the streakiest shooters here in the PBA.
I like the patience that TNT is showing. They're really trying to find the player with the best position to score. And that time,
BGR. Oftana. Oftana still with it. 15-foot jumper, drills it.
Went closer to the basket, much like what Pugoy did earlier. 2 dribbles closer, and then the J.
Turnover there by Gio. Here comes Simon on the break. Over to Oftana. Calvin can't finish, but that's BGR who puts it in. And Ciso. Over to BGR. Here's Oftana. 4-3. Puts it in. Double team. Here's Pugoy. Kelly, 3-ball on the way. Another one for Kelly Williams, and his second one in the ball game.
Yes, late closeout there from Dami Contapay, and of course Kelly Williams, like we said, can hit that shot. But Jeric Balanza has been playing well in his return to the Northport team.
Of course, if you're just joining us and you're looking for Calvin Abueva, he is not suited up for Northport in this game for personal matters. But they hope to have him back next time out. RR dancing with Kokote. 3 to shoot. Finds Williams.
Oh!
What a great pass there by Kelly Williams.
Kelly to Cobuntin. Perfect execution there for TNT.
RR now with Simon. Oftana momentarily open. Misses from downtown.
Open shot for Calvin still. TNT really moving that ball so well. A reason why they have so many assists already. But Jeric Balanza really given the green light here to attack the basket.
Balanza, that Pinoy step, getting all the way to the hoop. Cobuntin. Oftana. That's partially blocked there by Monzon. Here comes Kokote. Over to Contapay. He can hit this. And there it is. Contapay drills that long bomb right there. Here goes Monzon on the break. Monzon over to Cade. A little bit too strong also on that attempt. And Contapay could have probably taken it inside. Instead, they go back out to Balanza. 3-ball, drills it. Pugoy. Over to BGR. This time, he made sure of that one.
There was really communication between him and Pugoy. Pugoy signaled for him to cut inside, and he got a great pass from RR.
61-45 is the count. Taha over to Flores. Cade, pull-up jumper off the glass. Good. Over to Contapay. Fakes off Era, but he did not fake off BGR. You know, the timing on offense is different from the timing on defense, right, Coach?
Right. It was really...
Balanza. Here's Contapay. We go to Taha down low. Taha stopped there by Pugoy. Oftana. All day to shoot that 3. I mean, you can't leave him that wide open, Coach Jude.
The closest defender was probably 3 steps away, and Calvin will make you pay for that.
Taha. Here's Flores. That's going to be a 3-ball. That's money there. 66-49 is the count here in favor of TNT. 2 minutes and change left. Oftana, step back 3 on Contapay's grills, no good. But look at Brian Herwela putting that in. And here comes Vosotros and company. Almond.
Those are really good shots from Alain. He just keep missing them, but their range.
Now Calvin Oftana, what a big time move for him, taking it strong to the cup for 2. But Calvin Oftana and company really turning it on here as well. As we've said, they are the hottest team here in the PBA. Here's Alain. Bulanadi, jumper on the way, drills that one and made sure of that. I think he heard you, Coach Jude.
Well, that time it was actually contested by Vosotros, so maybe he prefers someone challenging his shots.
BGR against Cade. Here's Oftana. Oftana kicks it back out. Vosotros open for 3. Another one. That's his 4th triple of the ball game.
And that was just a really beautiful play. They really waited for that play to develop until it ended on the hands.
Every single time almost.
Well, of course, Almond has worked out a lot with the TNTs. He's been in practice almost on a daily basis, no? Even if he wasn't part of the roster. And now
they did force some turnovers, a lot of them actually in the first quarter, and that's Coach Chot mentioned that as well. But since then, TNT has cleaned, checked that. Oh, as Aurin breaking the ankles. Here's Pugoy. BGR, 4 seconds to shoot here. Pugoy does and drills it. Cobuntin almost loses the rock, ends up in the hands of RR. Pugoy will attack. Pugoy to the scoop, and that's good.
You see right now, TNT has got the luxury of mixing up their offense. They're running different plays, and they're executing. And this is something that NorthPort needs to do more.
Balanza. 6 to shoot. Cade open for 3. Back irons that one.
Well, those are shots that TNT is willing to give up, for NorthPort, for Cade Flores to take more outside shots.
Look at Kelly Williams. They called for that personal foul, but take a look at this. Kelly Williams showing that he still has the handle and the English off the glass as well. Joshua. Monzon still with it, going into the bag, going to the basket, puts it up and in.
Well, he's got to start doing something here for NorthPort. He's got to take charge now.
And Ciso. Aurin, back to Simon. Simon, all the way to the basket. Wow, great drive to the basket there by Simon and Ciso.
Pretty looking drive and layup for Simon.
Monzon. Wow, Monzon splitting the defense, but Aurin said, nope, not this time. Inciso to Cobuntin. Glenn down low, easy basket for him. Or what, but when they finally got that win against San Miguel, then the ball started rolling for them.
Correct, and there was even talk about how they're missing RHJ.
That's right.
That without RHJ, they're a very different team. And I think it was after that moment that they just sat down and just discussed what they can do as a team with the present players that they have. And now, they look very different from those 3 losses.
Contapay, easy basket for him, no challenge. So still with 4 minutes left to go here. Score 88-61. If you're just joining us, the game was actually tight in the first quarter. Almond Vosotros came into the game, and that changed rather quickly in the second.
Well, he was a big surprise.
This should be a TNT win. They're going to be their 5th win in a row after dropping their first 3 games.
his level of competitiveness is still very much high here in the PBA. So that could really help this team, especially being a leader to the younger players.
And as we were talking about earlier, so take a look at this beautiful move by Aurin.
These guys, Shaq.
Especially Shaq and Mark. As Monzon gets his 16th point, make it 18th point in the ball game. So Joshua Monzon doing what he can to try. But solid performance here from the TNT Tropang 5G, Coach Ju. They started off a little bit slow, but got things going there in the second and never looked back.